What's going on, everybody? Drunk Wizard, how's it going? How's it going, sir? All right. Okay. We're alive and in charge, or something like that. I forgot how the saying goes. We are alive and doing well. What do you mean I'm not trying? Of course I'm trying. All right. Hi, everybody. Whoever's here and whoever's not here and sees it later. I'm Joey, aka J Rent, and this is Carlos. He's joining us from California on the little box. He is a good friend of mine that I've known for a very long time, and so we decided we're going to do this together. And as you can see on some of the things that I posted, we're going to talk about gaming. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about crypto, and we're going to just have fun. We want you to join us. If you got some comments, feel free to post them. And if there's a question that I happen to see, I'll be more than happy to try to answer it during our podcast. Just stay with us. So our first topic that we had today was going to be about Battlefield, the new game that's coming out, Battlefield 2042, and the difference between that and Warzone. So I started off as a gaming channel, and I still want to continue that whenever I can. But our podcast is going to be a variety of different things. Kevin, what's going on? How you doing, man? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. Carlos, I have this article that you told me to pull up in front of me. Tell me a little bit about it. What do you know about Battlefield 2042?
Okay, so I am not the biggest Battlefield fan like a lot of people are, but just because I grew up playing a lot of the Call of Duty, but for this one, for whatever reason, I don't know, the Battlefield 2042, I'm super excited to play, just because I feel like it's going to be so big, so massive. I am kind of concerned about how much space is going to take onto my hard drive, and I know that I'm going to have to make a choice. I'm going to have to make a choice whether or not am I going to have Battlefield 2042 loaded onto my hard drive, or am I going to have to, or am I going to keep, the Warzone? And that's something that I've been wanting to talk about, and I'm kind of excited. So hopefully we can get through some of these topics here. One of the things that I'm excited about is that it's 128 people, right? Like, that's a huge amount of people that are just playing at one time. One thing that sucks for me is that I'm not very good. So when there's 128 people out there playing, that means that I'm probably going to die a lot more because there's a lot more enemies out there. And it's fine because I have a pretty good team that's around me. So as long as my team plays with me, I think I'm going to be fine. Like I said, so many things on this Battlefield 2042 that I'm excited about, and I'm just curious to see like what you think. What are you thinking about for this new update?
Well, one of the good things that you brought up is 128 players. We're kind of used to playing with that many people because if you play Warzone, it has 150 whenever you do the battle royale. Of course, it's a little bit different.
Yep.
It's not a battle royale. It's actually less people because it's 128. It's only going to be 120. It's only going to be 100. The what?
You're echoing now.
Echoing now? Oh, oops. Okay, so it's only going to be 128 people. If you're playing
Technical
like
difficulty.
you're right, if you're on a PS5 or PC. So if you're on a PlayStation 4, it's only going to go up to 64 players. You're not going to have the maximum amount of players, in the room.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
One of the things that I also did see on the article or on the website is that they're going to be putting AI bots in the AI bots into the game. So I guess they understand that a lot of people don't have the PS5 right now, and they probably won't be able to fill up the lobbies because it's going to be a new game as soon as it comes out. Hey, Drunk Wizard, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. Which means that you're still going to get credit. So like the KD scoring or the ranking up system for Battlefield, if you're playing in this lobby and let's say half the people are AI, and you let's say you kill 8 bots, right? And you're at the end of the game, you killed 50 people and you died once. And out of those 50 people, 30 of them were bots. It's still going to count towards your KD, which I think is kind of cool in the sense that because it's not counting it against you, it's just keeping the number flat. If you're in a room, you kill something, it's added to your score. So I like that idea. that it brings up.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends. I guess it depends on how hard these bots are. Like what difficulty are they playing at? Because like if these bots are like bots where they're not really good, and your KD ratio, like if everybody's KD happens to be like 4 point something, 5 point something, because it's mostly bots, like then it does change. I think it does make a difference. Then it's like, okay, well, your KD ratio really doesn't matter at that point. That's just my opinion, right? But the other way around, it's like if it wasn't bots and you're killing people that are actually playing, that's a different story. But one thing that you pointed out that I kind of wanted to bring up was the fact that you're saying that the difference between PS4 and the PS5, and that's one thing that's just kind of sad. That it's really upsetting because I happen to get my hands on a PS5, and to tell you the truth, I don't deserve it because I'm not very good at the game, but I happen to get my hands on a PS5, and the fact that it's going to be different for PS5, PS4 players who haven't had the opportunity to purchase one, because you have to get really lucky to get these things. It's just I kind of wish that it was a little bit easier, or that it was kind of one thing.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the point of them adding the bots to that. You know what I mean? Because then, since people don't have it, it's gonna suck playing this brand new game. You buy it day one, October 22nd, or whatever day it comes out, and you want to play the 128 player room, and there's only 50 people that have the game, and there's only 50 people in the room. It kind of like, damn, I haven't seen anybody the whole game. They don't want you to run into that experience. I think they're going for the goal of like just straight action every time. As soon as you spawn, you're like, damn, I already gotta dodge and get into a vehicle and all that stuff. So yeah, I think that's the whole point of that. But the spacing, or the what do you call it, the hard drive space. Just get Liz brought a good point up. She said that you should get an external hard drive, and that's what I'm going to do. Well, I don't know when I get my PS5.
Yeah, and I think, and we've had this conversation before, right? And I don't know. I don't have an external hard drive, so I haven't been able to test it out, and I really want to do it. But there's just a lot of people, and I'm sure for all those guys out there that like already have one, like please put some comments down there and let me know, like, does that actually work? Like, do you see any difference? Like, can I play Warzone on the external hard drive and not have any issue with any lag? Like, is that a problem? Because doing some research, I've done some research on it, and some guys are like, yeah, no, I don't see any lag, but they're purchasing like these really expensive hard drives, and then those guys that are getting like really cheap hard drives, but that's a whole separate story. And so like, yeah, getting an external hard drive, yeah, it does open everything up, but it's not the hard drive that it comes with. And from what I understand, you're not getting the same kind of you're not getting 100% latency by playing it off the actual hard drive that it comes with. And there's no options, like with the PS5, there's no options to do an upgrade. If I wanted like a 5 terabyte, like I can't purchase a PS5 with 5 terabytes. Like it just comes with the 800 and whatever gigs that it comes with. So
yeah, I got you. Okay. Let me see. Here's some. Right here. Got you. Look, here's like part of the things that we were talking about here. The AI soldiers are used to serve field capabilities. Quote. Here's some things that I didn't read. Okay.
That's his answer.
See, allow you to play together with friends. Guess. Yep. Solo if you prefer. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Here's some of the things that I wanted to bring up on the next topic of Battlefield. We were talking before we decided to go more into this, was about the different classes. What do you think that there's of the 4 classes?
Oh man, well, when you're playing Battlefield, and I kind of go back to Battlefield Bad Company, because that's to me that was one of my favorites, and I know a lot of people were like, oh, Bad Company was not the best one. Like, I get it, but I like Bad Company for a lot of reasons, and I think it's just because it was like one of my first Battlefield games that I started to play, and when they were doing with the classes, the level up on the classes to me was, I felt like you just leveled up the classes way too fast, and that's always been an issue that I've had with Battlefield from the beginning, because it doesn't. I think you can level up your battlefield. Or, I mean, you can level up that class really quick, and you can unlock a lot of the guns, and the guns already come unlocked. That's how it's been in the past, right? Like, if you do the sniper class and you ended up unlocking like the gun that you actually wanted, it doesn't take very long for you to get all the attachments. Whereas, Warzone, once again, the Call of Duty has been something that I've just kind of grew up with. Like, I think I go back to playing the first Call of Duty, but my favorite one was the one, the World War II one, the original World War II, the Japanese one. And where I'm just used to where I'm grinding with that one gun for so long that I'm able to unlock these attachments, and Battlefield has always been the complete opposite of that. So I've always loved Call of Duty the way they do their guns, because you grind and you play with that gun so much that you end up unlocking it and making it gold, gold or diamond or whatever skin that you can get out of it. Yeah, and Battlefield never really captured that. So that's kind of one thing where it's like I'm curious to see, is it going to be different on this time? When with 2042, is it going to be the same thing that it has been before in the past, or are they going to actually throw a little bit of that, grind with that weapon and unlock some stuff like that, like Call of Duty was?
Right.
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Well, one thing I can say about Call of Duty is that I think they're probably the ones who started that, and they're the only ones who really do that with the gold guns, the diamond guns, platinum. I don't think they really do gold diamond guns anymore. I think that was like in the Modern Warfare 2 when you would grind that out in multiplayer. They do they do carry that tradition. I haven't seen. They have the gold, they have platinum, they have obsidian, and I think they have another one. I forgot what it's called. And I think with Black Ops, I think is it diamond? Do they have a diamond plated one? They do have a diamond plated one in Black Ops, right?
They have a diamond. They have
Black
a diamond,
Ops, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they still have that then.
It's the platinum. They don't have the platinum.
The Modern Warfare versions have the platinum.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think it's really cool, and just to kind of give everybody, I'm sure whoever knows Call of Duty or Warzone, they know in order to get gold, you have to unlock all the challenges for it. In order to get platinum, you have to get gold for every one gun in that class. And to get obsidian, I think you have to get platinum, or basically get gold for all guns for every class in order to get that one. That's for the Warzone Modern Warfare version guns. And then Black Ops, I think they just have like their classes are a lot less. A thing about Battlefield, though, what I liked about Battlefield, what makes them different from Call of Duty, besides the guns, is that the classes. So the thing with the classes is that they had the engineer. He could fix the tanks. He could fix the planes. He had a bazooka. He had a rocket launcher, explosives. So he was key.
The medic.
The medic.
You have the assault. Right now you're showing up the assault guy.
Guy. This guy had the assault probably had the better guns. For mid range shooting.
The sniper class.
The sniper class. You didn't get those guns with it on here. But I think you could interchange them, like in the Battlefield, like you picked up different guns or whatever the case may be. I don't remember because I haven't played Battlefield in so long. And I just want to say thank you, Liz. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, and Battlefield 5, it was a really good game, but it wasn't like I didn't love it. I wasn't in love with the game, and I think when Warzone came out, it was just a game changer, because Warzone was just a little bit of Fortnite style, where we're talking about like 3 different games, honestly, because Warzone and then Call of Duty and then Battlefield, those are 3 different games completely. Yeah.
Well,
Black Ops, right?
Sure. Yeah, we are talking about there's different games, but we're talking about Call of Duty and then Battlefield, and there's so many different versions of each one. It's hard to kind of depict of, to separate like only this Call of Duty or only that Battlefield. Like I've always liked Battlefield better than Call of Duty when it was fresh out from like PS2 or PS3 whenever it came out. When we would play it when we were in high school, you know. The one Battlefield though, honestly, I didn't like that I bought was Battlefield 1. I did not like the World War One version on the game. I don't know what you felt about that one, but that one was not one that I liked.
I don't even know if I remember what that was like.
It
That was
was
so
it
long
was
ago.
the it was the World War One version. Liz sent me a tip on Facebook. She wants me to refund her because I didn't say thank you. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate your tip on there. You are the best. You're the best. And Slush, thank you too for the tip. Liz is awesome. She's my number one supporter, guys. FYI, she's not only is she my girlfriend, but she's my supporter, my financial rock on Facebook gaming, and on my podcast too. You remember, Carlos? You have to remember Battlefield 1. It's the one with the blimp. You remember it was World War One, and they had the blimps.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember that.
I think we played it. I think we bought it and we played it. I just, I didn't like those guns. The World War One guns were. It's hard for me to play a game that you go from a modern machine gun, assault rifle, and then they give you these freaking old school guns, and they're just not as fun to use as the new ones. I was like, I didn't stay with me too long. I didn't like it. Nope, sure did not. Let's see. I got another question.
Yeah, what else we got here? Yeah, sure.
Before we move on, because there's so many things we could talk about when it comes to Battlefield and Warzone, and we've only been talking about it for 20 minutes, so we're gonna have to cut the show. See you later, guys. Now, just all right. We've been talking about just this one topic. What do you like about Warzone, and what would you like to see from Warzone in Battlefield if they did carry something over?
Well, I think we're gonna see it. Like this. I mean, the battle royale, obviously, that whole area or that whole section of how that gameplay goes. I'm pretty sure the Battlefield's gonna come up with that version of it. They were doing that with the sandstorm, right? And I think they're even gonna improve it a little bit more because you're gonna see things like tornadoes, like where Warzone doesn't have any elements like. I don't know how in depth they're gonna go with the elements. Like, it'd be cool if they do some rain and they do some snow and they do some like desert and they do tornadoes but I think it's all gonna be tornado, right? I mean, desert style, right? Like
Right.
I think from what we've seen so far or from what I've seen so far, but I mean, it's gonna be really interesting, man. Like to answer your question. I mean, as long as they keep it real to, honestly, like the Fortnite version of how a battle royale goes, I think they're gonna hit a home run with it because that style of gameplay is so fun to play, where you do a countdown and you can go out and you can scavenge and you can loot, and then by the end of the game, you're getting to a tight circle, and the guy who has all his stuff and the guys who has the best skills. Is going to be the guy that wins.
Yes.
So it's going to be exciting watching some of the tournaments, watching these guys that are really, really good play this game. It's going to be really good. And one thing that I want to add to it is the hacking portion to it. One thing that I really don't like about the Warzone is the fact that they haven't been able to address. Yeah, they haven't been able to address, or they don't want to address any of the hacking and any of that stuff. And you continue to see guys that are just doing one-shot headshots and shooting through walls and crazy things. And I'm just hoping that Battlefield fixes that, because as long as they keep the same type of gameplay and they could just fix that, you have a home run right there. That's literally, in my opinion, like that's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. So you brought up so many good points right now. Very, very good points about the hacking. And I want to elaborate on that. One thing that one thing about Warzone is that it's a very fun game. One thing that makes it a very unfun game is the hacking. And The problem with it is that it's so available to everybody. Now I get it, I like your brother. I talked to your brother about this, and he was like, all games are not hack proof. There's always going to be a hacker in every game, and I agree with that. But having said that, this game there's websites that sell hacks, so it's available to everybody. It's not just hackers that know how to hack computers or hack gaming. It's me, anybody can. I could just go to the website, download it, and that's it. That's how available it is, and that is the real problem for that. Is hacking.
Well, I think the real problem is that they didn't address it, that they haven't tried to fix it. That's the real problem, for me, at least.
Yeah. Battlefield may have hackers in it, but it's going to become a problem when these companies start selling hacks. Once they start selling hacks for the game and it becomes available to millions of people, then you got millions of hackers, because that's how much of a problem it is that there's a website. I was watching somebody else and they went to the website. They're like, look, this is the website, and it tells you here how many people have purchased. It doesn't tell you who, but it tells you 69,000 people have purchased this product. So that means if 69,000 people purchased it, there's 69,000 hackers. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's how many people are hacking the game. That means you're going to run into them like every single time without you knowing. But yes, so they don't have a battle royale. They have what's called a hazard zone. I'm going to scroll past this real quick and go to where it's at. Oh, well, it's not on here. But what they have is a hazard zone, and that's where they have the sandstorm and the tornadoes that you're talking about. It's supposed to, from what I've read, it's supposed to give you the almost a feel of the battle royale, but it's not a battle royale, and I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's because of the respawning or just the closing of the circle, but that's what we have to wait to see.
Yeah.
When it comes to
that. I just hope that it's the fact that they don't want to call it a battle royale because they didn't want to say that they copied them.
Yeah.
And honestly, I hope that they copied them, because I love, we love Warzone, like we play it all the time. So
who doesn't love to be the last team or last man standing? It's rewarding in a video game when you know that you've outlasted every random team in the game.
That many people, right?
You're just like, yes, hell yeah. Shit, yeah, man. I remember the first W I got. I was like, damn, that was amazing. For a video game.
Yeah.
And it almost feels the same, even though when we still get them. The last time I got, I think we played and we got it, and I was almost. It wasn't like the first feeling, but it's like when you get it, you're like, damn, hell yeah. Now I can go to bed in peace.
Yeah.
I
mean, all in all, man, I'm very excited for it. I'm excited to play the game. I'm definitely buying it. I haven't really looked into it. Maybe we can on the next time we could talk about like the different versions of it that you can purchase. I'm gonna tell you that from purchasing previous games, I'm gonna probably just go with the lowest one that I can get. If there's like $100 version of it, like
no, get the most expensive one. Pay for the platinum package. Get the platinum package.
Yeah. And like I said, next time we need to do, because that's a whole hour of conversation right there. But we need to have that conversation, and I'm gonna tell you why. My reasons of why I've decided that I am no longer buying those, gold and platinum and diamond packages for these games, because like I just don't see the value in it. I purchased a game. Real quick, and I know this is not part of it. I purchased Valhalla, and I got the best version of it. Of course, it came with some skins and some clothes that I got to wear. And then by the time that and it also came with a free upgrade to the PS5 version of it. So I bought it when I had a PS4 still.
Yeah.
I played the PS4. I beat the game. I completely beat the game. And whenever I was waiting for DLC to come out, I was waiting for the new seasons, I was waiting for any new content, but then I got over it. And so by the time that I got the PS5, I had to go back and play a game that was already 100% beat plus a couple other DLC content, just a couple things here, a couple things there. I just didn't see the big value of why I paid an extra $30-$40 for it. So and that's just one version. Or one reason why I don't like. I mean, there's a bunch of reasons, but
you're absolutely right. When it comes to gameplay, there is usually no difference, but I guess it's for the small bits of content. Like whenever you buy something, you get the extra calling card, the special gun, the operator skin.
To be running around in Battlefield and be showing somebody a skin that they're like, oh, that guy bought the pack. But as soon as the launch day comes out, they're going to come out with some cool skin that I'm going to want to buy. So that skin's no longer going to be relevant because I'm going to be like, you know what, I want that 4th of July skin or whatever it is. At that time, I'll be like, I want the Halloween skin, and I'll be purchasing that. And so that one that I paid $20 for is no longer. It's not going to be relevant anymore.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna play for a week or two.
When you're playing the same game in a year, and someone's gonna be like, "Dude, where'd you get that operator skin from?" You're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I bought the gold platinum package when it first came out." Man, you can act all bougie. You didn't get it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, no,
I just
it's okay,
bro.
I'm not bougie. So.
you didn't get the gold package.
Yeah, wow, rookie. But then he killed
it's only $30 more.
But. All right. What do we got next?
Okay, so we're done talking about gaming. I think we've got everything, as much as we can think of, off our chests for Battlefield and Warzone. And let me see. I want to say, Drunk Wizard, appreciate you staying with us in our feed and commenting. I'm glad that we said some funny things and that you got anything out of that. It's time to talk about Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger about wealth of wisdom. And I'm not an expert when it comes to a lot of trading and stuff like that. My buddy Carlos here, he's got
I'm
more.
Not an expert either.
he's not an expert, but if we had to choose to save our lives, who knew a little bit more about it, I would say go for it, Carlos. Save our lives. Yeah. Save our lives with the information you know.
Yeah,
so,
if I was an expert, then I'd be on that couch with those guys, and they'd be interviewing me too. But instead, it's you interviewing me. So
you told me to watch this video, Carlos, about Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. It was a 42-minute video. Now, I told you I watched the first time, which I did. I watched it for like 5 minutes, and it was basically the intro. Then I watched it. Then you're like, you didn't watch it because it's a 40-minute video, and
yeah. I already knew. I called you out.
Well, like I said, I did. I watched the first 5 minutes of it, and I didn't watch it. But then I did watch it last night, like you asked me to. I gotta tell you, man, it was
tough. I get it.
It was hard.
You know what?
I was doing this.
Yeah, when you're doing, and that's my thing. So I love talking about money. And anybody that knows me, we talk about money, finances. We talk about investing in the stock market. I watch the stock market every single day. I always follow the S&P 500. I'm into building my own wealth. And if you know who Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett are, they're one of the top 10 billionaires, top 10 richest men in the world. And so they have very interesting stories.
Top 10 billionaires?
Well, top 10 richest guys in the world. I mean,
how many billionaires are there?
How many? Oh, there's a lot of them.
Well, I know there's a lot of them, but like I can't. How many? What you think? Like more than 100? 100 billionaires? Is that much? There's that much money out there?
I think there's more than 100.
100 billionaires? Damn. Are they like the top? What percentage is that? That's more than top. What is considered top 1%?
Okay, see now we gotta find out because you can't just ask me a question and I don't know it and I gotta look it up. Like, I mean, dude, to reach 1 billion nowadays, seems like everybody's freaking doing it. Let's see.
I wish.
33rd. Let me see. There are 2,153 billionaires.
2,000 billionaires?
153 billionaires.
2,000.
2,000. According to Forbes.
Hey, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's good information. I never knew that.
So the top 10. The top 10. See, so I was accurate. It was accurate.
Perfect. So tell me more.
Okay, so if you don't know who Warren Buffett is, Warren Buffett I mean, that dude. If your dad knows who he is, probably.
Oh, not
And
my dad.
this, I'm sure he does.
Warren Buffett.
But
Did
but
he, didn't he own
he,
Bonanza? Sound like he owned a
I think he
Bonanza.
did actually. He did. He owned a lot of. If you're funny, if you watch some of the businesses that he owns, like they're not. You're like, what? Who cares about See's Candy? Like See's Candy. His favorite stock is like Coca-Cola and Apple, like the boring stuff.
I saw
Anyways,
that. I did see that.
yeah. Yep. So point is that he has a specific type of investing, right? Like he's not the get rich real quick kind of guy.
Right.
He's the he really preaches this book called The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. And so he's in the old style of investing. And so with everything that's going on right now with like GameStop, and you have what they call, and it really makes me mad when I watch the news channel and they call the what is it, dumb money. We're considered dumb money because we're the retail investor, and we are not the guys that people go to and ask us like, hey, well, where should we put our money, right? Like they go to these guys. These guys are the smart money. These guys are the ones that own so much money. Like they manage. People say, hey, here's $1 million. Can you please manage it for me? And of course, they take a portion of that.
I did see on the video they mentioned that these guys don't take like they don't buy into trends.
Right.
They stick with like safe
Right.
bets and pretty much things like
So and they get criticized because once again, like they're like Warren Buffett, one of the richest men, and I say I say top 10 because they fluctuate, right? I think right now the number one guy, Jeff Bezos, just got beat out by Mark Zuckerberg, the guy who owns Facebook. So he's up there. He's always up there. Like he just has so much money and it just continues to grow into this bigger snowball. But yeah, I mean, these guys have so much history of buying these companies. And this video, I know it is kind of boring to listen to, and I think mainly because they're like 80, 90 years old, and it's hard to
Now,
it's hard to understand them. But
I'm
but
gonna
you're
go
right.
into this big part of it. Now I have a very important question to ask you on this video
Sure.
right here. What kind of shoes is he wearing? Do you think those are Dr. Scholl's?
I thought it's funny because when I was watching, I thought the same thing. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna whatever those shoes are, I'm gonna buy them so that way people are like, you know what? Oh, those are disgusting shoes. Like, well, Warren Buffett has them. But I thought the same thing though.
All I could see is some big ass shoes.
Yeah, but look at Bill Gates. That dude wears some Levi jeans and a T-shirt. Like that.
It's all about comfort. Shoot, when you got money,
yeah.
it doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
Man, so I could talk about Warren Buffett all day. If you see what his house looks like, man, if you can, and I know this is like off the cuff, pull up Warren Buffett's house, and you're gonna be like, what? That's one of the richest men in the world. He lives in that little thing because he's from Omaha, and they're like, have you seen it? Have you seen his house?
I haven't seen it. I could pull it up here in a second, and we'll look it up.
Yeah. While you're pulling it up, I'll let me just talk about like what the video is going to be about. So, I kind of mentioned like the meme stocks and like these new things that are coming out, like all these people that are investing, people that are buying GameStop and AMC and stuff like that. Well, Robinhood has been one of the biggest reasons why young investors or young people, and we're in our 30s, but we're talking like people in their 20s and in their teens, they're able to purchase some stock, and it wasn't until Robinhood that they were able to do this. And so they asked Warren Buffett, what do you think about Robinhood? And so he has these very strong opinions. And I think that I kind of agree and I kind of don't agree with what his opinions are. Yeah, that's it right there. But yeah, I kind of agree and I kind of don't agree at the same time. Like there's some stuff that I do agree with, but you kind of have to put it into, and that's Warren Buffett's house. And you'll for a guy who's super rich, you would never expect him to live in a regular looking house like that. That's my point.
Yeah.
And his shoes, his house, that's him, man. That dude's just
That's still a nice house, but I doubt that's his only property. I'm sure he's got 5 or 6 houses in. I'm sure he's got a house in California, a house in Texas, house
No,
in Florida.
if they just came out in this thing where no, I don't think so.
No.
No, maybe Berkshire Hathaway has it and he's able to fly to it and he can take advantage of it if he wants to. But I don't think he actually owns all that stuff. It's all owned by the company that he runs, which is Berkshire Hathaway. The dude lives very modest. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you saw the news that came out just recently, but they were talking about how Warren Buffett, he actually doesn't have, or he doesn't pay that much in taxes. He was one of the guys that got brought out like, hey, how come he doesn't pay that much taxes? He's like one of the richest guys in the world. And the reality is because he donates so much money to charity and he only takes a small portion. Like the company actually pays him for the job that he does, but he owns the company. So, but yeah, so he's gonna talk about Robinhood, and if you could push play here, and we can kind of see what he says about it.
Okay. All right. So you tell you how you said on 12/12, right? That's where we're at.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. We're good.
Maybe we should talk about Robinhood and some of the areas that come up.
Robinhood is beneath contempt.
Why?
Well, it's a gambling parlor masquerading as a respectable business.
And the pushback on that is always this is a way of getting average people into the markets.
Well,
people
of
who didn't have
course you don't
access
want to say it's a gambling parlor, but it is a gambling parlor.
It's not encouraging people to buy a very, very, very low-cost index fund and hold it for 50 years. I will guarantee you that you will not walk in there get that advice. No. Instead, you'll get advice on how you can trade options, and they'll tell you that.
And it's telling people they aren't paying commissions when the commissions are simply disguised in the trading. It's basically a sleazy, disreputable operation. And the interesting thing about it is that some good people you would be glad to have marry into your family have backed it.
When we return, it's one of the biggest companies in the world.
And that yeah. I don't know what did you think about his opinion? And it was mostly Charlie Munger, but obviously both of them. With Charlie Munger is Warren Buffett's partner.
So I don't really know what to think about that statement about Robinhood. I get what he's trying to imply, that that Robinhood's like a gambling sleazy business. I don't necessarily 100 agree with that. And maybe my opinion doesn't matter because I'm not a billionaire yet. And his opinion matters because he's a billionaire. I don't know what he gains from saying that, because maybe it's a competitor or something that he is a conflict. I think he says that because it's a conflict of interest to any of his business, in my opinion. I think he's making a biased statement. Is it a perfect system, Robinhood? No. Has it helped people? Yes. But just like any type of brokerage, it's a gamble. The stock market itself is a gamble. So I don't see what the difference is from hiring somebody.
Right. So I 100% agree with what you're saying, but I think the reason why he believes that, one of the reasons why, and he kind of says it in that video, and he talks about how he only deals he deals with businesses and he deals with people who he thinks are great people who want to make money, who don't take shortcuts, who are just businessmen, basically like professionals. Whereas, and I think if you watch some of the video, he talks about Jack Ma, who is the owner of Alibaba, and he says that Jack Ma is a swinger. He gives him the name of a swinger, and so putting all three of these scenarios together, the way that I see it is that he sees this as a sleazy way of negotiating and doing business, and it's a slippery slope. And I can kind of see that because Robinhood does give you a lot of stuff, and I've said it many times before, like it's a game changer. Somebody who before in the past you had to pay $5 or $6 to make a trade, you paid $10, or you wanted to buy $100 worth of Texas Roadhouse share, and you would make the purchase, and you had to pay $5, and then if you wanted to sell it, you had to pay another $5. So that means that you had to make over $10 just to be above. So it was a huge thing, right? Whereas Robinhood kind of changed it for everybody, and it allowed people to make these purchases worth $100. And is there any? Are you getting charged any money that you don't know about? Like, it doesn't execute it exactly the price that you wanted to, but it's still a lower premium than $5 for buying $100 worth. So it allows somebody like you and I to start to build up a huge amount of shares of slowly be able to buy a whole bunch of shares. Whereas before in the past, you had to buy shares, you had to save up money, and then you had to put down $2,000, $3,000 for it to make sense.
Right.
Whereas now I can put $100 at a time and kind of buy it a little bit. So I think, like I said, like you said, and I'm agreeing with you, there's definitely some pros and cons with the Robinhood, but the side that he's talking about is how they're doing options and how it makes it very easy to take out margin, and how it makes it very easy for people to purchase and overextend themselves, and they could potentially get hurt. Whereas some of these guys cannot afford, they're making $50,000 bets, and they cannot afford to pay $50,000.
Okay. I get that, but is it fair to call Robinhood a sleazy business for that?
Parlor?
Yeah.
You're right, because he's destroying the name of Robinhood where it could be improved, but there's two sides of it, and I mean, I agree that it is sleazy, but I also could use it. If it wasn't for Robinhood, before I was using TD Ameritrade when I was purchasing my stocks, and if it wasn't for Robinhood, then TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab and all these other guys wouldn't be doing. Basically Robinhood came in there and they just cut the knees out of everybody, and they said, hey, why are you guys charging $5, $6, $10 to make these trades when we can make trades for a lot smaller price? Which it benefited me because, like I said, I've been able to build up a pretty substantial amount of shares, and I do the dividend play. I do the old school Warren Buffett style, where I'm buying quality companies, value companies, companies that pay me out dividends, and I do a dividend growth investment.
So what do you call what do you call those companies again? You had a name for it. I remember it, but I want you to tell me.
Their value. Those companies are called value, and then there's growth. There's growth.
Well, you said you called them something else. You called them like blue collar stocks.
Oh no! So you're talking about blue chips?
Yeah, blue chips.
Yeah, because there's stocks that a lot of people like to talk about. Like anytime somebody comes up to me and they want to talk stocks, and they're talking about a stock or something and once again, going back to Warren Buffett. He says he's like always buy stocks that something that you love, something that you own, something that you use. Don't buy stuff that's like people come up to me like, hey, what do you think about this marijuana stock? And I'm like, I don't know, I've never used that company. Like, what is that company all about? They're like, I don't know. So those are called penny stocks, right? Yeah. Oh, it's gonna blow up. There's this thing, and they always tell you about how it's, and that's called a pump and dump. And I try not to fall into the pump and dumps. And he kind of addresses that in there, where you said, what was it that you said that he doesn't go into the hype stock.
Yeah,
right?
he does like AMC. Trend.
Yeah.
He didn't buy. I bet you I wish he bought AMC.
Yeah. Oh, it is what it is. And and they say with Warren Buffett, right? Like Jeff Bezos, when Amazon was worth nothing, he went up to Warren Buffett and he said, hey, would you like to buy this company, get a big stake in it? And Warren Buffett was like, nah, this company is not for me. It's not. I don't think that it's going to grow. I don't think that it's going to go any better. Like, nobody wants to buy books. And look at Amazon now, right? Like, they said that he could have been even richer. Like, but you're not going to always win.
No, of course not. It's a gamble.
That's what it says in there, right?
It's a gamble, bro. No matter where you buy it from. One of my viewers, Drunk Wizard Gaming, that he goes by, he has a gaming page. He's been asking me. He wants to know what they think about Bitcoin, which I thought was funny that he mentions. We're gonna talk about that. He wants to know what they think about Bitcoin, and he also mentioned about pump and dumps as well. And what about pump and dumps? What are they good? Are they bad? Yeah, those type of things. So, what's your opinion on pump and dumps?
I mean, I played that market a little bit. We did when I was in Afghanistan for a little bit. We were trying to work some pump and dumps where, you know, basically, if you don't know what a pump and dump is, you get onto these chats, you get onto these
Like Reddit?
Yeah, Reddit is one of them. Oh man, hey guys, really quick. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to interrupt. So my wife just came from like this really cool area, or what is it? It was a market. And she brought me this.
What is that? Is that Fruit Loops?
That's
No.
michelada mix.
Hold on.
You want to add beer?
What? It's a michelada, and it looks like chips and crazy stuff on top. I don't know.
Ceviche.
Can you hang that dog for me?
No, guys. I'm so sorry. I
Hey, that
apologize.
looks good though. I put you on the big mic or the big camera.
Dude, I'm excited. Hey, we need to end it now so I can get to this.
Gotta go. Got an emergency.
I gotta go.
Okay, well then we're gonna skim through it. So let's talk about what they thought about Bitcoin.
Yeah, so I kind of wish that we had the area where he talks about it, but I mean, just to be short, they hate it. They don't believe in Bitcoin. Well, Warren Buffett also doesn't believe in gold. He believes that's a pet rock, right? He calls it a pet rock. He's like, a lot of people buy gold, they bring it home, they put it in their closet, and it's like a pet rock. But some people want to pick up gold for a lot of reasons, and we can kind of go into that. But that's that's a whole another 2 hours. But
He
with Bitcoin,
he don't believe in it.
he believes that Bitcoin is a digital version of gold, which gold is a pet rock for him, and he also he doesn't believe that Bitcoin has any value. And so value in his eyes, he defines it as something that you purchase, and when I purchase it, let's say I put $1 into it, it brings every dollar that I put into it is going to come back. It's going to make money, $1.50, $1.30, or whatever. So for example, if I own a company, I buy the company actually makes money. Eventually, it'll pay itself off and more. Well, Bitcoin doesn't do that. The only reason why you buy Bitcoin is because you expect Bitcoin to go up higher. So it doesn't actually produce anything. So
Okay.
I'm buying Bitcoin today because I'm like, well, one day somebody's going to pay me $100,000 for it. Why would I buy Bitcoin? And
Right,
so,
So I would like to move on. Do you have anything else to add about what Munger and Buffett?
no, I mean, that kind of transitions into talking about Bitcoin, and I think we could kind of go into that. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, and I think that was a perfect way into talking about Bitcoin and coins in general, cryptocurrency. One thing that I did before we did the podcast is I did my research on it because I didn't really know a lot about it other than like what you said. I want to buy Bitcoin because I'm hoping it goes up,
Right.
Or I'm buying Dogecoin because I want it to go up. It's 30 cents now, and then hopefully in 5 years it'll be $1, and I'll make
I'll be a millionaire.
I'll be a Dogecoin millionaire.
Yep.
So what I did is I did some research on like what Bitcoin is and what Ethereum is. Ethereum.
Right.
Ethereum, Ether. However, I botch everything I say, so I'm going to continue to do it. One thing about Bitcoin, it tells you it launched here maybe not on this side, but it launched in 2009. It wasn't the first cryptocurrency to be made at that time. There were other ones. I don't have the list of those, but it was the first one to succeed and gain popularity and actual value at that time, up until today's day. From whenever it was out, people had said at that time it was worth 10 cents. It were $10, $1. Then from 2000, yeah.
I bought a Bitcoin whenever it first released for $300. Remember?
Oh, so Liz actually owned Bitcoin at $300 at one point. I bet you.
During the opening month.
Oh, the opening month it was $300. See, I didn't know that. So the opening month, Liz bought a Bitcoin for $300. So that's pretty cool. Man, At that time, $300 probably gambling. You're like, dude, I'd have paid $300 for a Bitcoin. Yeah, right. And then now it's worth like 30 grand, $39,000 for the same coin. Whew, man. So they're operate on what's called a blockchain. And the easiest way to explain what a blockchain is a it's a list of transactions, digital transactions that can't be altered or changed. So it's another word for like a bank ledger, and it has everything digitalized as far as every transaction that's done on them, and that's what the Bitcoin runs off of, is a blockchain. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum was actually made to it was actually made to, let me look at my notes that I wrote down. It was actually made to complement Bitcoin rather to be a competitor, but it ran up turning into its own blockchain and became a separate entity, which is Ethereum. And it's just basically a digital ledger. And this is one of the cool things on this website that I brought up, is what are the benefits of a blockchain, or the benefits of like cryptocurrency. So let me go here to the big screen, and I'm going to scroll up because they're real quick on it. Advantages. It's a global currency that you can use, so which means cryptocurrencies can be sent across the planet quickly and cheaply. So like there's no middleman, there's no bank involved. Like when it comes to like currency, you know, when you exchange currency, if there's any fees involved in that. They increase privacy. Cryptocurrency payments don't require you to include your personal information, which protect you from being hacked or having your identity stolen. So if you have a cryptocurrency wallet and you decided to buy something from wherever it is that accepts cryptocurrency, whoever accepts cryptocurrency, they don't have to know your personal information, like your bank card, you know, like your bank number.
Can I interrupt you? Can I interrupt you right there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember the name. What's the name of the oil company that just got hacked? It was a Texas pipeline. It was like a southeastern pipeline. It literally just happened this year.
I don't remember. I don't
I can find it. But anyway, if you don't know the story, they hacked the pipeline. And they were talking about how gas and oil prices were going to go up higher. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a Russian company or a Russian group. It's a black group. I mean like black market group, I guess. Like they do a lot of this stuff where it's like it's called ransomware. They install some software onto your computers, and then you can't use that stuff. And the only way that you can use it and you can unlock it is if you pay a ransom of whatever they want. And I want to say it was like $21 million in Bitcoin was the ransom. And so the company, I can't remember what it's called, it starts with the C, but they were like, all right, cool, I'll pay it. So they paid $21 million worth of Bitcoin. They transfer it over, and just like you're explaining, like supposedly they got away with it. They got away clean. Right. But I don't understand how the FBI in the U.S. was able to hack them, found out who they were, and got that. They got like 90% of that money back. Don't quote me on the percentage wise. Right. But, right. So that's what I don't understand. Like, how is it that that people are saying like, well, you know, they can't be hacked. They can't be. This stuff can't happen. But like it says right there, which protects you from being hacked or having identified problems. Now, I understand that you could take your Bitcoin off and put it into a crypto wallet. I have a physical crypto wallet. I have some cryptocurrency on there, and so I do that for that purpose. And I don't think it's ever going to be worth it because I don't have that much in it. But but my point is that like. I guess these guys didn't take it off, and maybe that was why they they really didn't explain a lot of stuff in the story, and there's a lot of holes in it. Well,
one thing that just to go off of what you're talking about, whenever you create your crypto wallet or like when you signed up for Coinbase, you still had to put your personal information in there. you still had to put your ID, take a picture of ID, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all that
yep.
stuff.
I know.
I think that depending on where they sent it to, like because whenever you send money, I've never sent money through cryptocurrency to anybody because I've done it as an investment more than I have for actual purchases or transfer money to somebody. Is they give you that that Q&R code or whatever it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a possibility, like if they knew that was a, let's say, a Coinbase Q&R code, I'm sure the FBI has some way where they go to the company, be like, hey, these people are for ransom from this company using Coinbase. They sent money to Coinbase.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't.
I doubt they were using Coinbase to make a multi-million-dollar transfer, for ransomware. But yeah, but maybe. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out things here. You
Yeah.
never know. Because
I'm not trying to poke holes in your story. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of questions here. There's still, and I don't know if what you know about like how the bank system works, but that's another big thing too. Is and this is why one of the big reasons why cryptocurrency is having such a big problem is because with the banking system, the banks are not going to allow crypto to come out and just take over everything. I'm not gonna, if I just go to a store and I'm able to buy some celery sticks with my cryptocurrency, that you're taking out all the banking system. The banks are owned by our central bank called the Federal Reserve, and so the Federal Reserves run everything. And so this is supposed to be decentralized and all that stuff, and I get it. And so the federal government has more to lose by allowing cryptocurrency to actually become a thing. And that's the reason why, and I think, in my opinion, I think that China is ahead of the U.S. when it comes to these types of policies. And they've already come out and said that, we're going to stop cryptocurrency. We're going to not allow any miners. We don't want any crypto trading because it's going to hurt the Chinese yuan. And so, sure, there's people in the U.S. who are like, we'll take it, but how is it going to be regulated? And how is the government going to be able to take control of it? Because the government is not going to allow for cryptocurrency to be a thing if they cannot control it. Right. Now, there's some banks like JP Morgan who have purchased some cryptocurrency and they're starting to store some of it. And so they say, even right now with the cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin taking a huge dip from the 60,000s down to the 28, 30,000, it got cut in half.
Right.
The weird thing is, and this is what I don't get, is that these big financial markets, the JP Morgans, the guys that are picking up the cryptocurrency, they're still loading up. They're still buying. This is from what I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw that JP Morgan has some money invested in Ethereum. They have money invested in Ethereum. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Right now, cryptocurrency is like Bitcoin may or may not be the thing. It could be Ether. It could be any of the thousands of coins that are out there. Nobody, and honestly, in my opinion, I don't think anybody understands it. There's like a handful of people in the world that don't really understand it.
Yes.
And here we are. And like I said, like this is why I am invested in it. I have a very small portion of my portfolio into cryptocurrency. I would like to buy a little bit more because the prices are so cheap right now.
Yes.
But I'm in the same boat as you, man. I'm buying some in the expectations of it growing and being able to sell it to somebody else at a higher price.
Yes.
And I know that the uses for cryptocurrency are there's so many things that we haven't even thought of. They're talking about like you could, if you were to purchase real estate, or if you were to purchase a car or something and you want to do the used car market, they can have like its own version of the currency. I don't know how to really explain it. Once again, I don't understand it. Nobody really understands it. I could try to explain it, but I really don't get it. We need to have like a crypto expert on this.
Right. Well, we're having a opinion-based conversation.
Yeah.
Some of the things we can say that are actually facts. Joel's on the chat and he's telling me to do my research, doofus. But so you're not gonna say everything that may be correct, but give some valuable insight.
Once again. And I want to point out, I claim ignorance to the whole cryptocurrency thing because I really don't know. Even I don't care. The smartest person in the room is the dumbest person when it comes to Bitcoin, and I honestly believe that.
So do you actually own? You said you have cryptocurrencies. I
do, yeah.
I own some cryptocurrencies too. I actually invested more money than I probably should have. I just have it sitting there. Luckily, I don't need an emergency, which is what I would recommend to anybody buying cryptocurrency. Is
absolutely don't buy it unless if you got some extra cash. Yeah,
just like everybody says, do not put your car payment and hope it doubles so that way you could get that money back, or don't do that. Put money that's available. If you have $500 sitting in the bank that's been sitting there for 3-4 years and it's gone up in interest $10 in 3 or 4 years, I would say, hey, you're not using it. Maybe try investing it, but if you're afraid to lose it, then don't take the risk. The scared money don't make money, and that's one thing that I try to live by. Scared money don't make money. It takes money to make money. If you don't take risks, then you're never gonna know. Do you have any Dogecoin?
No, remember I did. I bought remember we made that bet let's put $100 in this Dogecoin, see, and let's keep it forever and wait till it grows. And obviously it was a joke. And the next day I sold it. The next day I was like, I can't do this. I can't. Yeah. It's just not. It's not my style of investing, man. There's the stuff that I like to buy. I like boring things. When I talk to people about investing, I told somebody dude, I just bought Texas Roadhouse. They're like, Texas Roadhouse? Why? So.
Joel said right now, he goes, I'm glad I'm taking advice from people who don't know what they're talking about.
He's worse. We know Joel really well. He doesn't.
Yeah, he's
he's
my favorite troll.
Yeah. And here's the thing, right? Once again, I buy boring stocks. In the group of friends that we have, whenever there's a stock talk, when we're talking about that, I'm the only one that's like, dude, I'm buying Apple, I'm buying Microsoft, and everybody's like, I'm buying GameStop and I'm buying
AMC, baby.
And they're, and they're doing that stuff, and that's cool. Hey, man, and if good luck to all you guys, and I hope that y'all make a ton of money, honestly, and maybe I'll get left out, and I'm okay with that because that's gambling. And
high risk, high reward.
That.
High risk, high reward. True. So that's all it is.
True. And to me, that's gambling some money away. Whereas it's not really. I look at things once again. I go back to talking about the Intelligent Investor, the book by Benjamin Graham, where he talks about buying stocks at good value and looking for value in companies. And when you're buying a stock, you're buying a company. And I'm buying stuff. And in the words of Warren Buffett, Warren Buffett says, whenever you're buying a company, you should buy something that you want to own for the rest of your life. And that's what I do. I buy stuff that I really like that I use every day. I buy Apple because I'm on an Apple right now. I'm using my Apple, and everybody around me uses Apple except for those Android guys. And so because of that, I know that 50% of people use Android, and so I buy Microsoft and Google and all that stuff too.
Right. Yeah. Long story short, play it safe. The bigger the name, the less risk involved. Yeah. If you don't know who they are, or if it's brand new, it's a high risk. You could strike it big, which is a small percentage, or you could lose a lot of money in the process. So
I may not become a millionaire doing it, but it is what it is. At least hopefully I make some money.
All right. Well, we definitely need to move on from cryptocurrency as much as we could talk. I could talk about cryptocurrency forever. Yeah, for sure, without a doubt. One of the things still about money was talking about the Yeah, we got stimulus checks this year. You know, everything going on with COVID. COVID's pretty much over now, sort of, kind of. I don't want to offend anybody and have someone say it's not over. It's still going on. You know,
I got
but
it.
but it's we're at
My
you know
COVID is
we're,
acting up.
we're closer to the end of the COVID era than we were at the beginning of it. So,
Yeah.
you know, the government
I
gave
just-
us his checks and stuff, and buy some. Joel said buy some Novavax. And then he called me a scrub. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate your stars and the information. We'll bring you on here for your expert opinion advice next time, and you could be our guest.
He could be on it next week.
We can add him. I can add a little spot for him on the camera right here, and we can we could just tag team him on questions, and then just put him on the spot, and he'd be like, I don't, you know. Do you think we'll get a fourth stimulus check? You think it's possible?
I mean, it's possible. Look at last year. I didn't think the first stimulus check was going to be possible, and it happened. But the question is, do I think that we need a fourth stimulus check? That's a different question. You know, like, if you follow the news and there are some people that I know that have hit really hard times because of COVID. And it was a lot of the government regulations of like closing stuff down if you worked in the restaurant business and stuff like that. And like that, to me, that I understand that. But when it comes to the numbers, and I mean, the S&P 500 is at the highest that it's ever been. Now, granted, who gets the benefit of all that are the people that are investing. The people that are investing are the people that have money. So yeah, it may not be fair, but when it comes down to it, the people that actually need the money for the stimulus, like I'm gonna tell you right now, like I probably did not need to get any of the stimulus checks, and I received some.
You could have survived without it for sure.
Yeah, as I did 37 years before it, when I never received a dime for it. So,
right.
So the thing is, like, do we really need one? I think some people might. Some people probably do. And if you're going to do it, maybe limit to only the people that actually need it.
Right.
Now, there are some people that are not working because they don't want to go to work.
True.
And how do you get those guys? Like how? Why?
I'm not laughing for any particular reason.
but
you're absolutely right.
It's a very there's not really a proper answer for that.
For real.
I think maybe one of the reasons why the stock market is so high right now is because of the stimulus checks that we've been receiving. I know people that are like, oh shoot, stimulus check money. They went out and bought a Kimber 1911, a $2,000 gun. Like they bought some stuff that they would they always wanted, but they normally would never buy. Didn't help them out with their situation.
Joel said, "Aren't you worried it's a bubble that'll pop?"
I don't think so. Yeah, and what are you talking about? Like, you talking about the housing market? Are you talking about like the S&P 500? Are you talking about the? And I don't think so. And
I'm not too sure. I'm assuming he means like it'll hurt the economy.
Everything,
yeah,
everything. No, and maybe if it pops, it pops. If I think that what is it, like 3,200 at the S&P 500 is where it went down to, or was it 2,800? I can't remember. I'd have to go back. I don't think it's going to hit that again. I think that if it's the bubble pop, it goes down 20-30%. It's not going to hit the lows of 2020. Like these companies that got so much free money, the Apples, the Microsofts, these big companies that took out all these loans and they're able to purchase Tesla. Look at Tesla. 2020, Tesla just blew up. And what's the big difference between 2020 for Tesla than everyone else? Like, they're able to get all this.
Crazy.
They took up all this money. They took out all these loans, and they were able to open up the Gigafactory in Austin. They opened up the Gigafactory in Berlin. They opened up a Gigafactory in UK, and then China. And like they're just growing so massively. They're so fast that it's like, is Tesla going to pop and become bankrupt? I don't think so. I think that they're going to continue selling Teslas, and now they can make cars that they couldn't make before. Like, and they can they have the facilities now to keep up with the demand.
Right, for sure, without a doubt.
So
One thing that I read about that, I wanted to bring that topic up because I thought it was interesting, just because of the times that we're in with it. They're not going to. It doesn't look like it's going to be approved for a forced stimulus check. I saw that in an article.
right.
I saw it in the Google search, and I was like, forced stimulus check. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. And I started clicking on it. And I'm like, hey, am I going to get another $1,400? Okay.
Yeah, the Republicans are not Republicans are not going to have it, honestly, and I don't think that there's just enough reason to get that forced stimulus check approved. Now they're going to get money because I believe the government's crooked. And I'm gonna now you're going to get shut down because of that.
I'll have to edit that part out.
Jerry.
I just got a text from the FBI. It says, "Stay where you're at."
I'm sorry, man. I got your channel shut down, dude. But
I love our government. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna where's the X button? Click you out of here.
No, but with the with all that, like the whole infrastructure plan that they're working on, they broke it up into two different plans, and just listening to some of the stuff, if you actually pull some of that those plans and you read them, it's pretty crazy. It goes into a lot of things that you're just like, why are we paying for that? Like why does this matter at this point? Where it's just, in my opinion, it's just a one way to be able to line the pockets of politicians. Here's my thing, right? Infrastructure plan. So they're selling it as like, hey, we're gonna sell, we're gonna redo bridges, we're gonna redo roads, we're gonna redo all that. I got it. You look around, drive around, you're gonna see these bridges, these roads. They're right. They're correct. They're messed up. But let me ask you a question. Why, as you living in Texas, are you giving money in taxes to the federal government to fix a road that's in California?
Oh, hell no.
And well, that's what happened last year. I mean, when it came with the stimulus bill, California got a huge bailout. I mean, doesn't everybody pay? Every state pays federal tax, don't they? So, well, Texas does not have a federal tax, which you live in Texas, you should know that.
I thought that's right. It's a state, isn't it a state tax? We don't pay state taxes.
You guys don't. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, you're right. Everybody pays a federal tax, right. But Texas, like certain states, don't pay a state tax. Right. So here in California, these guys pay. Because I'm a Texas resident still, but I just live here. But here in California, people. I am a cheater. I will
cheating like a motherfucker.
Donald Trump, man, all over it. Whatever he's doing,
playing the system.
But in California, they pay a federal tax just like you do. But then on top of that, they pay an extra tax to the state.
Yep.
And so they pay about 40% of their taxes go to, or 40% of their income go to taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're paying this huge amount of tax, and then the roads are still not getting fixed. So if you're paying 40% of your check goes to the federal government, where is that money going that it's not fixing these roads? And then why does it take the stimulus infrastructure bill to come down and fix these roads that you've already been paying for? Because that's already part of something that the federal government's supposed to pay. You've already paid for these things. And the answer to that is that they're taking your money and they're spending it on things that instead of spending it on roads, like
spend it on Area 51.
No, I don't think so. But but
trying to make new guns, new weapons, and shit.
So, to answer your question, man, are we going to get a stimulus check? I mean, who knows, man? The federal government, the last 2 years have just been. I pay very close attention to it. I love watching Congress at work. They only have to work it's like a total like 45 days out of the year or something crazy like that. But
well,
who knows?
It was a good article. I thought it was interesting, because I didn't even consider it. I thought for sure I didn't think it was ever going to come up again. I saw it on there. If we get one, I guess I'm going to have to buy some more Dogecoin and some other coins that I've never heard of. I'm like, this coin, it just came out 2 days ago. Watch, gonna explode. High risk, high reward. But do I think we're gonna get it? Absolutely not. I don't think so. I think it's done with. Let's see here. I don't think I have anything more to add to that topic. I've said all I wanted to say on that one. Unless you have anything to add on that.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that I have to add is that the federal government or the Congress only gets in to session a total of 138 days out of the year, but they get paid way more money than you get paid. So,
damn. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that's it.
I know. I know. That's where most of that money goes to. No, that you're talking about.
those 138 days that they work, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Okay.
how long can they stay in office? Do you know?
Oh man, do you asking me these kind of questions? Okay. I mean, I could find out.
Yeah, 'cause
I mean, is it 4 years,
they-
2 years?
No, they can stay in there a lot longer, don't they? Can't they be in there like forever?
I'll tell you right now.
I'm curious. I'm curious to know. Yeah, they need to spend my federal money on aliens, bro. They didn't give me no information about that. I won't bring up aliens because we didn't get to bring it up. Now I'm gonna bring it up.
I thought we were gonna talk about aliens today. That
We are now. We are.
oh no, let's skip that subject. That's a 2-hour conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about aliens. We'll have to put it in the agenda for next time. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to give anybody any spoilers for our next episode.
But if you want to talk about Area 51,
All
you know
I'm
what
gonna
it's
say
gonna-
is that's where our
Joel.
money's going.
yeah.
Oh, Joel wants to be on the show. He wants to talk about aliens when he's on the show.
It's a 2-year term.
It's a 2-year term, really? I thought they could be in Congress forever. Like it didn't matter.
Well,
Can
they
they-
could. They just got to get reelected.
Every 2 years.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting special requests for next show to talk about some aliens. So we'll have to add that to our agenda. I guess we will for sure bring it up.
Okay.
We can
What's
have-
next up? We have is it one more topic left? I think.
One more topic left for today's show, guys, and thank you everybody that showed up. We've had various viewers. Huh?
Just so you know, y'all are sounding ignorant.
We're ignorant.
House of Reps is 2 years. Senators are 6.
Oh, she said you don't know what you're talking about in your Googled information.
In Congress.
Okay, we'll bring that up. We'll fact check ourselves in the description.
Oh,
What?
we got fact checkers. Hey,
We got fact checkers. Watch out, we got fact checkers, guys.
we got fact checkers.
We got fact checkers.
Don't be asking me no facts I don't know, man.
Hey,
Oh,
put the
okay, I
facts.
don't know.
Put the facts in the comments.
Schoolhouse Rock Song.
It's a Schoolhouse Rock song. Oh, so
Oh my god.
I
Next,
get
all right. Next
right,
topic. Next year, Schoolhouse Rocks,
right. Yeah, we'll bring up Schoolhouse Rocks next time.
and how clearly some people didn't remember the songs.
I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. Was that a song from them? That was right.
Words are right.
A bill sit. Do you remember that song? A bill sitting on Capitol Hill.
Bro, I didn't watch that.
I think I saw one episode and it was the one that I mentioned.
That was for smart people.
Not true because I watched it. All right. The last topic is about who wants what? Oh yeah, we're stopping after this. Don't worry. Liz is like, you guys are still talking, but we're in our last topic, which is who wants to be a millionaire. And this is one of my favorite games that I used to play with my coworkers about. It's a topic of what would you do if you had $5 million, not $1 million, because that's not enough, not $10 million, because that's too much. $5 million. What would you do if you had $5 million, Carlos? Let's go. And I got my paper here and my pen. I'm going to start writing down numbers and see what you would do.
Oh,
If you
trying to break
had
down
5
that.
million,
I mean, all right. Well, I mean, I owe 235,000 for one house, and I owe 500 or 400,000 for the other house. So with my first million, I would pay off both my houses.
Okay,
Then with my second million, I would buy 2 more houses, both $500,000 apiece. And then for my third house, for my third million, I'd buy 2 more houses. So after 3 million, I would have a total of 6 houses, and I would rent them all out. And that would be the money that I would live off for the rest of my life.
You'd have 2
The
million
last
left.
two, yep, the last 2 million. I mean, you can only put $6,000 in the IRA for your kids and your wife and whatever, so that's chump change. That'd be left over from everything else. So I would do that too. And then with $2 million, I mean, I'd give $1 million to my
What
parents.
about cars?
You know,
Would you buy any cars?
Nah, I wouldn't buy any cars. I'd give my mom a $500,000, my dad a $500,000, my wife's mom a $500,000, and then I would take a $500,000 and I'd distribute it between my brothers and sisters and give them, some money, some whatever is left over, and then that's it. I wouldn't buy cars. I wouldn't buy literally just houses, and I would live off that for the rest of my life.
$500,000 to mom, $500,000 to dad, $500,000 to who else?
My mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Mother-in-law, and that would leave you with 500,000 that you would do with what again?
I distributed between my 4 brothers and sisters.
Okay, nice.
So they each get
you would spend. I like that. It's very what's it called? Selfless act.
I mean, I got $3 million to myself. What do you mean that's not very selfless?
Well, I mean, you're still giving $2 million to your family. What you're initially doing is you're paying off your debt of your homes. You've invested $2 million. You invested $2 million into 4 houses.
Yeah.
You invested $2 million into 4 houses.
Right.
And you're gonna make your money by renting those out, and that's how you're gonna live.
Absolutely.
So
and
you'll just live off of the rent money on that.
Yep.
Self-sustaining income. You don't have to really do much. You don't have to work anymore. Just make your
Travel.
money off those. Just money coming in from the houses.
And then I would take that money and I would invest that money into more stuff. Like that's what I would do if I had $5 million today.
I like it. Cost of living is very high in California because $500,000 here would.
Oh, it buys you it buys you a 2,600 square foot house over here is what you get.
Damn.
For $500,000.
I like how you made it real quick because you're like, 500,000 house and another 500,000. Now, how much do I still left? Damn, I still got 2 million left. Okay, let's get 2 more $500,000 houses.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy. I would. You're like, damn, you already broke.
Dude, it would only cost me about a little more than $100,000 to just pay off my house, and I'll be gold and
now I know I'm gonna get some criticism because people will be like, oh, with that money you can buy a multiplex, quadplex, apartment complex, or whatever the case is, and it's like, whatever. I like the single family homes because especially around here, in this area, single family homes, that's what they go for, and that's
crazy.
Yeah.
I like that. So I'll tell you real quick what I would do with my share. I would definitely invest $1 million straight into a brokerage, but probably with a no, I'd probably invest $2 million. So I want to get rid of my money quick too. I'll put two out of that $5 million. I'd put $2 million into like a brokerage and maybe have like an agent invest it for me. So that way I don't have to worry about what to research and what to look for, pay attention to it. I got this money. I don't need to be doing all that work, so I'll invest $2 million to a brokerage and probably with an agent that knows how to invest it and leave it in there. And then I would leave me with $3 million. I would definitely take $1 million, keep it for myself in the bank. So with $1 million, I'd pay off my house by auto loan, and then let's just say I have $800,000 left from that. I would just keep that in the bank. Just leave that in the bank, and I got $2 million invested into an account. Then that would leave me with $2 million. I would definitely split that $2 million between all my family members as well. I would do the same thing. You want to give it to my grandmother, give her 500,000. Give my mother 500,000. Let them do whatever they want with it. That's much more than they really need, because they don't have that much debt because they've been working their whole lives and they've paid off majority of their stuff. So give them each 500,000. Probably give my uncles and my aunts money too, so they can pay off their debts. until it was gone. I would have that 800,000 sitting in the bank for me, 2 million invested. Boom, I'm golden. Won't have to do anything. I could do podcasts every day.
Yeah. I would still work. You didn't ask me that. I would still work.
Well, not me. I'd be working on my tan in my swimming pool like this.
Podcast is work, man.
That's the only work I'll do. I'll be working just to go down the stairs and get something to eat if I don't have a maid, you know. But definitely always a fun game I like playing, you know, like, God, man. What would I buy? I'd probably buy a car too. I ain't gonna lie. I'd probably buy something real bougie. I'd give me a badass BMW. Badass. I'll do it. Make $1 million like Joe Rogan. We ain't nowhere close to that. We got a long way to go before we get to a Joe Rogan style. But
well, first we need 10 viewers.
yeah, we need 10 viewers first. Let's get to 10 viewers. Yeah, let's just get to 10 viewers. Let's see how it goes on our second episode. I think we did a great job. I had fun. I don't know. Did you have fun, Carlos? It was pretty fun with me. I think
Man, it was cool. I had a lot of fun.
Good, awesome too. It was a great conversation, and I appreciate everybody that came through the through the comment feed. That's still here. That's commenting. Joel, thanks for showing up. We're gonna invite you into the show when we the show. We're gonna invite you into the show when we talk about aliens. That's Troel, yeah. And
kidding. I love you.
Yeah. No, he's a damn troll now. I'm not kidding. He's a fucking troll. But I like Joel. He's a buddy. I like Joel. I'll be seeing him in about 2 weeks or a week or so when he comes into town with Harry. We're gonna play Magic the Gathering. We're gonna play some nerdy ass games when he comes into town. But
sorry, Liz.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, gotta do it. Just gotta hang out. But again, I want to tell everybody thank you again for showing up. Carlos, thank you for being with us here. We will see you next week. Carlos is my co-host, but he only gets he gets the little box because this is a J Rent podcast Odyssey. Until we can make his picture bigger on here, then maybe we're gonna put his name on the thing too. So I got an artist in the works.
Yeah, that's the only thing holding us back.
Yeah, I got a guy who knows a guy who's gonna make some more pictures for my podcast, and once those are done, we're gonna look legit, straight legitness on here. Liz doesn't like my little J Rent figure with the helmet on there, but
I think it's cool.
I think it's pretty cool too. It's my J Rent figure, my Nano. Yes, he's got a hat, not a helmet. Did I say helmet? I didn't mean to say helmet.
We did say helmet, but we knew what you were saying.
You got it. You get it. Yeah. All right. Well, Carlos, thanks again. Say goodbye to everybody in comment and Facebook land. And we'll be seeing you later, guys. All right? Carlos, if you want to do your thing, I'm going to go to our ending scene and you can, you got.
Oh no, I'm gonna go partake in this. It's been waiting for me this whole time. So.
Okay. All right, man. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. All right.